Hi everyone, this is your reading for Sunday the 26th of November. Let's have a look at what's coming up for you today. King of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, and the Fool. Okay, so the King of Cups is a man who understands what it means to be there for someone else, to be kind, to be loving, not to be aggressive. He's wise, he's receptive to other people. He's really able to deal with difficult emotions and he's able to rise above them. He's intuitive, he's centered in his heart, he's really forgiving, nurturing, intuitive, and he's really someone wonderful to have around if you want to fix a relationship, amend a relationship, or really bring some love to the table. So you're being supported by the King of Cups here. You really care about other people in your life, and you really ask yourself, what is it that I can offer? And that's great, because you're going into the day with a really positive attitude, not, what can I get from people or what do I need to achieve today? It's like, what can I give someone? What can I offer? How can I be loving and of service to another human being? And that immediately starts your day on the right foot. Then we've got the Knight of Pentacles. The Knights are always extreme. They're trying to manage the energy of their suit. And the Knight of Pentacles doesn't know when it's right to take action and when to gallop forward and when to charge in. And he doesn't know when it's time to just kind of wait and put on his armor and put his visor down and wait for things to happen and just defend the position. He doesn't know. He's not sure about that. So the answer on this day is listening to your feelings. Because if you do decide to take action, you're coming from a Knight of Pentacles place, which is kind of confused. Do I come or do I go? And either way, you traipse out into the world in either situation as a fool, really not knowing what you're doing, what you're heading into, and what the outcome is going to be. Usually when we start something, a new project, it's kind of good if you have an inkling what the potential outcomes can be. So, if you design a tarot deck, then either you end up with a tarot deck or you don't, if it doesn't work out. Or if you hire an employee to do a certain job, either they're going to do that job or not. So if you have absolutely no idea of what the outcome is to a certain situation, then that's somewhat foolish and somewhat naive, and you've got to at least try and suss out what you're getting yourself into. And the solution to that, not being a fool and finding a way forward here on this day, is the King of Cups. So he doesn't know what the hell he's doing, neither does he, and they're both looking to him, really. So listen to your feelings. Whatever you feel is right. And if that feeling is, get out of my house right now, I don't want to look at you anymore, which is unlikely because the King of Cups is very generous and very loving and very kind. Or whether the feeling is, I want to nurture you, I want to take care of you, or let's discuss this difficult thing that we've got going on, let's try and resolve it, let's fix it, which is much more likely, then do that. So your compass today is your feelings, or to be your feelings. Don't rush into anything. Both of them are saying that, really. Don't rush into anything that you have absolutely no idea about. If some opportunity comes your way and someone promises you the world, but there's absolutely no guarantee and you've got no idea about the subject or what the potential outcome can be, then really don't get involved in anything like that. You've got to have some sort of an inkling, and your feelings are going to be the best way to navigate through this difficult kind of energy, in the sense of, okay, what do I do next? Does it feel right? Does it feel good? Does it feel like I'm making a mistake here? If the answer is, yeah, this is a mistake, then honor that, step back, and it's better on this day not to take any action than to gallop into some sort of situation that seems very shiny and that promises a lot, but then ends up delivering zero. So on this day, it really is a lot better to be inactive and to observe and to feel than to get into something with someone else, because it's the kind of, like for instance, it's the kind of argument, if these two get together, he doesn't know very much in terms of what he's doing, he certainly doesn't. If these two come together and they get into some sort of conflict, the conflict is totally meaningless because neither person knows what they're even arguing about. So it's much better to step away from all of that and to let your feelings guide you. These two looking at each other can represent a situation that is dangerous, that's full of conflict. That could be about money, that could be about moving, that could be about how do we progress with this situation. Do we take our child out of this school and put him or her into another school? All of those kind of things are very tricky on this day because the information simply isn't there. So these two looking at each other say, do more research, get more information going, and in the meantime, let your intuition direct the way forward. So, reading, Google, the internet, they're your friend today. If there's something that has to be decided or something you have to move ahead with, then don't just wing it. Inform yourself, study, research, and then make a decision to move forward. Don't just kind of go for it and say, it'll work out somehow anyway. Because sometimes that works and you get lucky, but on this day, you're not going to get lucky if you try to wing it. It's really important to get the information from somewhere. And when we don't have actual physical worldly information, the best thing that we've got is our intuition. If you don't have to make any choices or decisions and you're simply able to spend time with other people, then that's really positive because you're loving, you're self-sacrificing. You're certainly not going to start any arguments today, so it can be a good time to spend with other people. The only other thing that I'm noticing here is that we've got 3 men, and the energy stereotypically associated with men is the energy of building something, taking action, creating something, or destroying something. And these two can certainly do a lot of damage, but he tempers all of that by being the voice of reason. So there's a lot of kind of masculine, aggressive, Mars-like energy here in the day that's going to urge you to take a step in this direction or in that direction. But it's much better to kind of get in touch with your feminine side instead and to feel your way through this situation and figure it out that way instead of bulldozing your way through it and just saying, I'm going to do what I want. I mean, he seems pretty innocent, but, if he walks off the cliff, then that's really going to have a negative effect on his family who really care about him. And because he's clueless, doesn't make it any better for the people who are going to miss him once he's gone. Usually the Fool is walking with his little dog and he's at the edge of a cliff. You can't really see it in this deck, but his lack of insight isn't endearing or cute. It's really dangerous because if he goes tumbling off the cliff, that's the last time he does that. He doesn't get a second chance. Number-wise, we've got the King. That's a chord card, another chord card. Chord cards are 1, so 1 and 1 is 2, and a 0 is 20. So that reduces to 2 in numerology. 2 is about cooperation. It's about relationships. It's about balance. And relationships will be a theme and a topic today, and it's important not to be totally resistant and to refuse to take action and to be stubborn and to dig your heels in, nor is it a good idea to rush forward with something and to overwhelm the situation with your own desires and feelings or to do it for another person. The best way to move forward today is to have a dialogue and to get more information, to discuss what's really going on, and then to come to an agreed sort of resolution that feels good for everybody. And that way we're avoiding foolish decisions and mistakes and also behavior that's extreme. So I hope you have a great day. It is a good day to resolve kind of relationship issues and to really have compassion and insight into what the other person's point of view is. So really, if you are able to stay in that place and to just hear it without reacting and flying off the handle, then you can really make a lot of progress in terms of the quality of your relationships and letting the other person feel heard and loved and appreciated instead of everything being a constant fight and an argument. So I hope you have a great day. If you would like a private reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to audio reading. And in my reading, I use tarot, astrology, and numerology to look at what your vocational aptitudes are, what your life purpose is, where you've been in past lifetimes. We can also have a look at what's coming up in future in terms of your career and your finances, your love life. If you're moving, when a good time to move is. Astrocartography is really excellent in terms of looking at what the best locations are for you to actually live on the planet. So that's a wonderful thing to be able to look at. My Mercury goes through Glastonbury, and it also goes down to the south of France. So I need to examine that place a little bit and see how I feel down there. But yeah, different areas have different energies for us, and that's always interesting to look at. So if you're interested in that, then please get in touch with me for a reading. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.